these precepts and another cold cut, giving, of course, all honor and glory to Yahweh. By Shema Mashiach Wamalak Yahushai. Double honor to the elect elders of the house of David, that's been in this truth for decades and decades, patiently waiting for the second coming of Yahushai. A hearty shalom to you mighty men that go out there and labor on the highways and byways, pushing this truth, magnifying the name Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach Wamalak Yahushai, and during the elements and this winter season coming in. Shalom to the men that may not be out in the highways and byways as of yet, but they're working on it. They're getting built up in the spirit through prayer, fast, and studying, getting the households in order, and abiding in the will of the Most High. Shalom to the Aquath out there, married, holding it down in the households, who do reverence their husbands, that are submissive, who keep the commandments, and even the woman that's not married is still on fire. They're diligent, they study, and they're learning the righteous works like their foremothers. This will be a quick cold cut. Tonight, so-called, is the Feast of Dedication, right? Tonight is the Feast of Dedication at sundown again for brothers and sisters who may not know, right? You do have the Feast of Dedication tonight at sundown. It is a holy convocation. It is a Sabbath day, right? So brothers should be coming, linking up with brothers and breaking bread and eating and drinking and being merry in righteousness, right? Now, you either want to keep these commandments and be on fire, or you're going to get a reprobate mind, right? It's either or. There's no in between. There's no gray area. There's no, being in limbo, like they say in the world. Either you're going to be on fire and serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, or you're going to get a reprobate mind. Malachi just did a cold cut on his brother. I might do a follow-up cold cut on it. A brother we used to labor with every now and then. Hey, the brother used to be on fire, man. The brother used to go into the Hebrew, The brother used to go into the history. He used to have his sons kind of out there on fire. Your brother used to be diligent. Not his brother. He's talking about astrology, man. And he's a Virgo, or he's summoning spirits, or he's doing breakdowns on the Pisces now, and astrological energy. Now that brother, he used to be diligent. Let's go to the book of Job. And that's what happens when you're not on fire, man. Brothers be thinking we like to hear ourselves talk. Like we just like to say that because it sounds cool. No, if you're not on fire, you're not going to make it, man. Whether you're a man or you a woman. A woman, you got to be on fire too. Right? You got to be submissive to your husband. You got to raise up the children of righteousness. You got to be obedient. You got to be meek. You got to be diligent. Men, you got to be on the highways and byways. You got to be prophesying, teaching, getting your house in order. All things got to be done in order. And if you're not on fire, the Most High is going to give you over to a reprobate mind. And you're going to start not even fearing what you're doing. Right? Let me get this in Job. And that's a scary thing, man. Job chapter 12 and 16, the classic. I'm going to start at 15. I'm going to start at 12. Right? This is the book of Job, chapter 12 and 12. With the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days is and in length of days understanding. With him is wisdom and strength. He hath counsel and understanding, meaning the Most High. Behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot be built again. He shutteth up a man, and there could be no opening. Whether the Most High breaks down physical building, whether the Most High breaks down your earthly tabernacle, whether the Most High breaks down damn monuments, whatever, man, doctrines. If the Most High decides to break something down, who are you to say, well, I can go build it back up? And what we're speaking about now is your mind, man. If the Most High take the Holy Spirit from you and give you over to vanity, give you over to your own devices, you can't come back in this thing, man. And people with reprobate minds, they don't even know that they have a reprobate mind. Somebody has to tell them, look, you got a reprobate mind, man. And they're going to say, no, I'm still in the truth. I still fear the Most High. I still keep the commandments. And everybody on the outside looking in, they're bearing witness that this person, they fell out, whether man or woman. Now, a reprobate mind is when you begin to have actions when you don't fear the Most High. When you're completely unaware of the Most High's judgments. So you do things without thinking about the repercussions, right? And as you do these things, you don't even care about the repercussions because you're justifying yourself because the Most High gave you over to that, man. Right? The Most High running the show when it's all said and done, man. The Lord running this thing. You're not running the damn thing. right? So if the Most High break you down and shut up your mind, hey, you can't get back in this thing, man. A good precept from Judah is 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and 5. Examine yourselves. Let me read that again. Examine yourselves, rather ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahweh Shah Hamashiach is in you, except they be reprobates. You see that? So you got to examine yourself. And I'm not talking about once a week. Every day you should wake up. You should have a routine when you pray, when you study, when you meditate, when you examine yourself, man. A lot of people, they don't examine themselves. And a lot of people, in the truth, they justify everything that they do. Like the Lord said, let me get this in Proverbs chapter 14 and 12. And there's another precept I'm thinking of. But let me get this classic. Right? This Proverbs chapter 14 and 12. Right? This is what the Lord said about that spirit. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So, you know, how brothers and sisters move in this truth, they may think it's right how you act or how you treat your brother, how you treat your neighbor. Maybe you want to go, you're going into these other books. Like this brother, he's into astrology now, man. And the brother used to be on fire. The brother used to be diligent. Like I said, the brother used to go into the Hebrew, the Lashawa Quadash, the Holy Tongue, the ancient artifacts. You know? Hey, if you watch the old channel, he used to be in some of the videos, man. We used to go to, we used to go to DC. I know a few brothers, they went and broke bread with the brother, man. And they known him personally. Now this brother's talking about he's a Virgo. Now he's going into breakdowns of the Pisces. And dealing with astrology. So guess what happened? The Most High gave him over to that reprobate spirit. Now he could say, no, you know, I'm still in this thing. I'm on fire. You know, I'm diligent. No, brother. If you talking about you a Virgo and you a Pisces in this truth, and you break all your breakdowns, you got stars in the background and all of this wild music, and you talking about you summon the spirit, you're not in this thing, man. So who gave you over to that? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Many men and women, they fall out every day. And again, the Most High, he's not going to get off his throne and give you a warning and say, well, look, you know, I came down out the third heaven just to talk to you because you so special. I'm here to tell you, if you don't get it together, if you don't get right, then, you know, I'm going to give you over to some devices. Does the Most High do that? No, let me get that in Job 33. The Most High don't give account of his matters. Right? There's Job chapter 33 and 12. Behold, in this thou art not just. I will answer thee that the Most High is greater than man. Why dost thou strive against him? For he giveth not account of any of his matters. You see that? So the Most High doesn't have to give an account of what he's going to do and what he has done and what he will do, man. And what he's doing. These things just happen. So let's go back to the book of Job. So the Most High is not going to give you a personal one-on-one conversation about a reprobate mind. All right? Now I'm not knowing how long this is going to last because my battery going out. Right? But this Job chapter 12 and 16. With help is strength and wisdom, the deceived and the deceiver are his. He leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh the judges fools. See that? So the Most High said the deceived and the deceiver are his. Everybody that's deceived in the last days, that's into the book of Enoch, Jubilees, damn Jasher, astrology, damn witchcraft, sorcery, pride, rebellion, arrogancy, all of that, the Most High set that thing up. Those are spirits that dwell in the third heaven that he sends down strictly for man. Right? Now, who are you to strive against some spirits? You can't do a damn thing about it. There is no man that has power over the spirit to retain the spirit. That's Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and 8. So if the Most High want to put a damn demonic spirit on you, a rebellious, proud spirit, hey, guess what? You got to deal with it. Now, you can pray and fast and kind of get it off, but if the Most High don't want it to leave you, it's going to stay on you to the day that you die. That's what it means the deceived and the deceiver are his. Men that are set up to teach lies, that was set up by the Most High. It wasn't Satan. It wasn't the devil. It wasn't the damn a damn warlock. It was the Most High, Yahweh Shai, to set this thing up. And people that are deceived and believe these many doctrines and believe these many lies and follow the ways of the left-hand side, they were set up by the Most High too. You know? Let's get the classic. And 2 Thessalonians, right? Chapter 2 and 11. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 11. And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. So the Most High is going to condemn. That's what the word damn means. Everybody might be damned. It means condemned. Meaning when your judgment comes up, you're going to get put to death and destroyed. That's the true definition of damned. All right? So everybody who is set up, who don't have pleasure in righteousness, who don't have pleasure in correction, who don't have pleasure in reproof, who constantly buck up against the will of the Most High is going to send them a strong delusion. And they're going to start to believe the things in their mind. They're going to start to justify their actions. Like the brother who's into stars and Pisces. He really believes that now. Now you can open up the Bible and go to Deuteronomy 4 and Jeremiah 8 and Exodus 20 and Wisdom of Solomon 13 and open up the precepts, and the brother, he gonna say, look, I'm not really getting with that no more. Now you can say, well, brother, you used to be on fire. What happened to you? He say, look, I found something new in my life. You can correct anybody according to Scripture, but at the end of the day, if they keep coming back with what they want to say, the Most High sending them a strong delusion, man, and they're starting to believe the lies in their head. Right? And that's a fearful thing, man. That's a very fearful thing. Because next thing you know, you back in the world, being a nigga man. Doing breakdowns on the Capricorn, man. You know? And the Lord set these things up for man that don't fear him. That's why it's important to be on fire. To pray that the Most High don't take your Holy Spirit away, man. To be diligent. To be steadfast. To be charitable. Because everybody getting plucked out of this thing, man. You know? And Passover is not too far from now, man. Passover is not too far from now. Got a few months. And everybody tends to fall out around the time of Passover. Right? That's what they call so-called sifting season. Alright? When everybody tend to just fall out. And the Most High usually wait. He do it all the time, but around that time, look, the Most High, he start, what's the word? Plucking up the weeds. Trimming off the fat, if you will. You know? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 66, man. Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 4. Like I said, I don't know how long I'm a bitch. No sound. Brothers can't hear me no more. Well, I'm gonna have to do another live. It's good now. We back? Are we back? All right, all praise to the Most High. Like I said, I may have to do a part 2. My phone is on its way out, right? You know, my phone is about to die, but, you know, I'm going to come back at it. Most I will. And I may hop on the laptop. I may kind of get into this thing, man. All right? So, the water for that, brothers. Like I was saying, let me go to Isaiah chapter 66 and 4. It reads, I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before mine eyes and chose that in which I delighted not. So let me read that again. I also will choose their delusions. So the Most High, it depends on how he feels that day, man. Now the Most High can give you over to being a homosexual. He can give you over to dabbling into drugs. Like the brother said, the brother, he started going into other books. Now he a drunkard. The Most High can give you over to beating up your spouse. You know, the Most High can give you over to damn thinking that you 7'5". The Most High can make you join a circus. And the Most High can have you go to the gym and work out every day, all day, man. Now, whatever delusion the Most High want to give you, hey, that's according to his will. And why is he doing that? It says, because I have called, because when I called Salakia, none did answer. Now, how is the Most High calling you? Does the Most High have a Bose microphone system up there, and he's talking through a mega microphone, and he got speakers hooked up to the four corners of the earth, and every day at 7 o'clock, the Most High gets on and make a public PSA, a public service announcement, and he says, well, look, I'm the Most High, and he has a list of everybody's name on the earth, and he call your name out every day at 7 p.m., and he tell you what to do better. Is that how the Lord calls you? And then you kind of waiting to see if your name get called. You on edge, and when the Most High hear your name, you get excited, you know, and cut a slice of the birthday cake and kind of get into your correction then. No, that's not how the Most High call you, man. All right? The Most High calls you through his servants, the prophets, through the angels, through dreams, visions, the men of the Lord. Like the brother asked, yeah, you got brothers that into astrology now. The brothers used to be on fire. Now they saying that they're Virgos. And saying that the Bible is racist against Africans now. You know? So these are the things that we got to deal with in the last days, man. These are the things we got to deal with. Complete unadulterated madness. So the Most High said, I will choose your delusion. Right? Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before mine eyes, and chose that in which I delighted not. And that's a fearful thing, man. That's a fearful thing. Let me go to the book of 1 Samuel. Because that same thing happened to Saul. Right? The Most High put an evil spirit on Saul, and Saul couldn't get rid of it, man, to the day that he died. That's when that evil spirit left Saul. Them demons, their job is to kill you, man. To dwell on you and cause you to go astray to the day that you die. Once you die, that demon, he did his job. He going back up to the spirit world. You know? That's the job of these spirits. That was the job of the evil spirit on Saul, to stay on Saul to the day that he died. Right? Let me get that in 1 Samuel chapter 16. Right? And verse 14. 1 Samuel chapter 16 and 14. But the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him. So a brother can have the Spirit of the Lord on him. A woman can have the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai on them. They could be reading. They could be praying often. They could be studying. They could be keeping the commandments. They could be watching the videos. They could be taking notes. They could be going into the breakdowns. They could be on the highways and byways. And they got the Spirit on them. But guess what? The Most High could take that spirit right off of you. As quickly as he gave it to you, and the Most High could take it off of you. If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And that's what the Lord did to Saul. The Lord didn't give Saul 15 warnings. You know? The Lord gave Saul, told him straight up, this is what you got to do. He didn't do it. He messed up one time. His first time he messed up, that was it. It was over. He was supposed to wait till Samuel came at the allotted time to do the sacrifice. He went and did his own thing presumptuously, and guess what? It was over. There was no, you can repent, Saul. See, the Most High, to think about Jake, Ecclesiastes 8 and 11, the Most High not jacking you up yet, man. The Most High not really putting judgment on you. That's why man and woman, you think you can do what you want to do in this truth. You can say what you want to say. You can act how you want to act. You can break the Sabbath. You can do your own thing because the hand hasn't, or the hammer hasn't come down yet, man. Once the Most High start bringing that hammer down, people going to start dying in this thing, man. Men and women in this truth, they're going to start getting put to death. Right? So the evil spirit went on Saul. Right? Verse 15. And Saul's servant said unto him, Behold, now an evil spirit from God troubleth thee. And they was in the spirit. They said, damn, this brother got a demon on him. Now you can't say it's a very rare thing for somebody with a demon on them to know that they got a demon on them. Right? That's a rare thing. Usually people with demons on them, they'll justify themselves. And somebody in the spirit, they got to say, look, you got a spirit on you, man. You got a spirit of pride on you. You know, you got a spirit of damn folly and theft on you, man. You know, now the person can humble down and say, you know, yeah, I got that spirit on me. I didn't notice that. You know, what should I do? Let me pray fast. You know, can I get counsel? And that spirit might leave them because they humbled down. Now, if the person say, no, you got an evil spirit on you. You did this. Then guess what? The Most High going to keep plaguing them, man. You know, the Most High going to give them over to that vanity. And the brothers put the great example of Nebuchadnezzar, man. Right? Nebuchadnezzar went out to the damn wilderness, man. For 7 years. 7 years. This is the book of Daniel. Right? Let me find the exact point I want. Right? This is the book of Daniel, chapter 4 and 31. Man, I don't have time to read this whole thing. I'm going to start at 30. This is the book, and this after, now Nebuchadnezzar already got checked. He already got checked in this chapter. Daniel already told him what time it was. But 1 year later, he went up and he slipped up one time, and it was over. So you can get corrected by the servant of the Lord, and then, you know, you can be on fire for 11 months, but once you slip up again, it could be over for you. We in the time of the Most High plucking up the weeds, man. Trimming off the fat. Judgment shall begin at the house of the Lord. That's why you got people just falling out. Most High giving brothers to astrology, workout demons. Brothers, they was once in the truth. Now they transsexuals too. You know, weed demons. It's a lot of people falling out, man. And you don't want to be next. The Most High got a hit list. Daniel chapter 4 and 30. The king spake and said, Is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty? While the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee. And that could happen to anybody. Now, Nebuchadnezzar had the luxury of being warned via a dream. See that? Brother said he got elders that's hooked on TikTok. You see that? See that right there? That TikTok spirit, man. Now, Nebuchadnezzar, he got warned. Now, we don't have to always get warned. When is the last time you heard an angel came down and said, oh, here it go. All hell about to break loose on you. We don't get those things, man. We just get straight up judged. Now, he got the warning that was given to him, and he still went the hell off. So what happened to him? Let's read on. Daniel 4 and 32. And they showed, so he was being proud, right? He was being proud and blasphemous. This is what the Lord said. And they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field. They shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and 7 times shall pass over thee. Salaki, bear with me. And 7 times shall pass over thee until thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. See that? So the Most High came down and said, look, I'll run the show, man. You want to be proud? You want to say that you did this by yourself? You want to be arrogant and buck up against the word of the Lord? I got something for you. Go out and go live like a damn beast out there for 7 years. Let your hair grow like feathers, and let your nails grow like an eagle talon. Until you know that I run this thing, man. That's what the Most High is saying. You don't run a damn thing. I run the show. I'm going to take you from being a head of gold and turn you to a damn beast, man. And after that time, you're going to know that, look, I don't play no games. That's what the Most High told him, man. I'm running this, man. I'm in charge. Talking about you built this by the might. No, nigga, I built this, man. So people got to stop playing with the Most High, man. Like the Most High sweet. Like the Most High owe you something. A lot of brothers and sisters, you believe you deserve to be in this truth. And nothing can happen to you. And you're the one that's exempt from falling out. No, brother. No, sister. We got to tell you, you're not exempt. You don't deserve to be in this thing. This was a gift. And the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Right? Let me get this in Job. A lot of brothers, you feel like you're supposed to be in this thing because you was watching some conspiracy theories. And now, you have a rite of passage to be in this truth because you was up at 3 a.m. And the Most High don't got to take it from you because you was watching Dr. Umar Johnson and all them late night conspiracy Illuminati videos at 2 in the morning. So now the Most High got to keep you in the truth because you done came so far. No, it don't work like that, man. Either you on fire and you diligent and you steadfast and you obedient and you submissive to the will of the Lord, or you're going to be out this thing. That's how it works. Where is that found in the Bible? Right? Let's get that in Job 2. And let's see. It's like in Job chapter 1. That's what I want. Job chapter 1 and 21. Right? And it say, I'm telling you in Hebrews 10 and 31, that it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. That's written. Right? I may get maybe one more, and I may try. He can give you a mind to be on fire, or give you a mind not to be on fire. So what do you want? You want a reprobate mind, or you want the kingdom? Brothers, you got to examine yourself to see if you in this faith. Check yourself. Prove yourself. See if you really where you're supposed to be at in this thing. If you're not checking yourself daily and walking in the fear of the Most High, you're going to get put to death in the last days. It's the Feast of Dedication tonight at sundown. Holy Convocation. Keep it. Brother Naquan, watching for Israel, coming back at you with these precepts. And another cold cut, giving, of course, our honor and glory to Yahweh. By Shema Mashiach, Kwam Malak Yahushai, Kwam Yasha Allah. Keep the Feast of Dedication. Shalom.